From breakout to fake out in less than 24 hours. Good morning, stackers. This is your gold and silver price weekend update. My name is Joe Main. Use the time codes below to go to your favorite part straight away. We'll take a quick look at gold and silver. And of course, hit the big red subscribe button to join me for my weekday live show. But you're getting a special weekend update because of what we talked about yesterday. We had this breakout in gold and silver, but overnight we've seen an incredible fake out. So let's see where the prices could potentially go to next, the next sort of levels. So here's gold again on the daily time frame, price in US dollars, 2,321 right here. And of course, we were talking about yesterday, this downtrend line right here, which we had broken out of. Here's yesterday's live video. And you can see right here, we had broken out very clearly of this downtrend line. We're also above the level of 2,350 US dollars. So I was saying, and I've been saying for the last number of weeks, if we clear a day above, and particularly when we form this downtrend line, if we clear this downtrend line and we close a day above it, that would give me pause to think that we may not, I have had a 70% chance that we would hit my best buy zone in gold. I think we were in for a bit more of a consolidation and a 70% chance that we'd hit my best buy zone of 2,250 down to 2,150 US dollars. But because yesterday we'd broken above and closed the day above this downtrend line and above 2,350 US dollars, I moved that from 70% chance back to just a 50-50 on the fence chance. And I said, of course, what would negate that? We wanted to see 2,350 hold. And I did say a retest of this downtrend line right here was more likely than not, but it needed to hold. And so what we saw with gold, and this is the daily time frame, just quickly show you the 4-hourly. Right here, the 4-hourly on gold didn't even, it had a brief retest, but it was a completely failed move. It didn't even bounce off there. So it was very much a failed move to hold this downtrend line. Oftentimes from a failed move comes a fast move in the opposite direction. You can see this is the 4-hourly time frame on the relative strength index down here. And very clearly we'd gone into extremely overbought. And so it was just whatever powers that be, the manipulation, the whatever, just normal buying and selling, etc., normal trading, whatever you want to call it, we've seen a smackdown. Funny that, hey, a smackdown below the downtrend line again and all the way back down, and we're still trending down on the 4-hour time frame, at least on the relative strength index. Let's go back to the daily very quickly and look very clearly, did not hold, and we're back below this trend line. So now I have to go back and say, okay, because we're below this level here of 2,350, and particularly because we're below this downtrend line right here, we haven't closed the day above it. I have to go back to saying, and I said I would, yesterday I said if we close below certain levels, I'd go back to being 70% sure we hit the best buy zone. So technically, I have to go back to that, moving it back from 50-50 back to 70-30 chance, odds on that we hit my best buy zone at some point soon-ish. Not going to tell you exactly when, not going to tell you the exact levels, but somewhere between 2,250 and 2,150. Also, I had been talking about a potential head and shoulders pattern. I thought that it may still be in play for gold, not so much for silver, but we'll have to show you that in just a second. Left shoulder, head. I kind of thought that was the attempt at a right shoulder. And then if we had have held this downtrend line right here, then I would have said, oh yeah, definitely not a head and shoulders pattern playing out. I'm not quite sure now. Tell me what you think. I want to hear your thoughts as well. Is this total move here, does that look like the complete right shoulder, or is this sort of too far out of the zone of being the right shoulder of a head and shoulders pattern? I'm not sure. I want your opinion below. But again, odds on for me because we are below this downtrend line and we're coming down to previous support here at 2,305. Odds are 70% chance. Again, am I saying 100% going there? No, 70% chance back to best buy zone, 2,250 to 2,150. Also, take a look on the relative strength index on the daily time frame. We made a play for this downtrend line right here. It was a failed move to hold, just like this downtrend line was. So a fast move in the opposite direction. And look, interestingly, we are coming up to a support level on the relative strength index. Support. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels of support with a level of resistance as well. So it looks like a key level at this little relative strength index on the daily time frame. So we might test that again. Bear in mind, the more times you test a level, the more times it is likely, or the more likely it is to be taken out. So just watch for that. And technically on the macro relative strength index, we have been, and we still are trending down as well. So there is room to say, and I think again, 70% chance we hit my best buy zone of 2,250 anywhere down to 2,150. I certainly have some levels moving lower, but that's kind of my best risk to reward at the moment. So that is your weekend update for gold, from breakout to fake out. What would negate that? Obviously breaking back above this downtrend line right here, and preferably closing a day, preferably a week, actually over 2,350. And what would definitely say 0% chance of going down to the best buy zone, breaking and closing any week or any month above my final hurdle of 2,400 US dollars. That tells me new all-time highs coming imminently, not in months and years away, but I'm talking weeks and months away. But we're not there yet, and we're actually not even anywhere near there yet. So 70% chance because we are back down below this line, 2,250 to 2,150 at this stage. Tell me if you think I am incorrect, if you agree, if you disagree, tell me your reasons why, post a comment below. All right, let's take a look at silver. Poor silver, same thing, epic breakout to epic fake out. Right here, silver is $29.53 US cents, again using the tradingview.com website. Let's see where we were yesterday. Same thing, we were above this uptrend line, and the fact that we had broken and closed a day above $29.80 as well, but in particular this downtrend line here at around about your $30.50 mark, I was saying moving from 70% chance that we hit my best buy zone in silver, which is $28 anywhere down to 26 US dollars. I moved that back to a 50-50 as well, but same as gold, seeing as though we've seen the epic fake out now, back to a 70% chance at this stage that we hit at least the top end of my best buy zone at 28 US dollars. So very clearly you can see that. But out of interest, I did say a retest might be likely, and they usually are. Once you break out of a downtrend line, you come to at least retest it, but that retest has to hold. But out of interest on silver, at least on the 4-hour time frame, it was a semi-retest on the 4-hour, so a little tiny bit of extra strength at some point in the last 24 hours. You can see right here on the 4-hour time frame, this little green candle right here, and you can see it was pretty much bang on this downtrend line. So it did attempt to retest, so it had the breakout. It attempted to retest and find support. It did not. So again, oftentimes from a failed move comes a fast move in the opposite direction. And unfortunately, I had been talking about this level of $29.80. Of course, my subscribers know that's because of this previous resistance level right here. So I said I wouldn't, worry too much about it unless, even if we break down through this trend line right here, I said I wouldn't start to, get concerned until or if we break and close a day below 29.80, and unfortunately we've seen that too. So that's why I have to move my 50-50 chance yesterday back to 70-30 chance that we see the best buy zone between $28 to 26 US dollars at this stage. Could it go lower? Absolutely, but again, best risk to reward at this stage. I would say the extreme case, wick only, please. You can see that right here. Extreme case, we could see a spike down to $24.50. I want that to be a wick only, and I want that to be on a daily or a weekly. I want it to wick down and then be gobbled up and preferably close above this downtrend line, preferably at or above 26 US dollars, which is a very key level, and it has been for a long, long time. But again, 70% chance, 28 to 26 is now hit. I would say I would update that if we break below right here. I'm going to put it in right now. I'm just doing this on the fly very quickly, not an extension line. We want a horizontal line. Doing this on the fly, I'm going to say if we break, it's very clear. Look at that. So easy to see. That's very obvious for anyone to see, but let's just say, call it 28.80, around about there. If we close a day below 28.80, that's just really obvious to everyone. I would say, going to give that an 80 to 90% chance that we hit the best buy zone, but still 70% there at the moment. Again, because we are below $29.80. Obviously, negating that would be breaking up back above 29.80 and preferably above this trend line. That's a very important area to break in my humble non-financial advice opinion. What gives me the 0% chance that we do not see the best buy zone hit, and that is breaking above and holding a month, closing a month above my final hurdle on silver, which is at $31 US. Why is that? For my new subscribers or for someone just watching this for the very first time, my channel, that's because it's a very, very old Fibonacci line, and a very key one from the very, very old highs of the 1980s. Let me just move that away so you can see it. And the very old lows of the early 1990s. That's the 0.618 Fibonacci level right there. If you can see it at $31 US. It is a big level for me that we need to close a month, any month above. And then I'm saying 100% in a bull market. But unfortunately, we are not there yet. I think we're 99% in a bull market. Anywhere above $26 US, and I'm 99% sure we're still in a bull market. I just need to see that 100% confirmation from me, which is closing a month over $31 US. That is your weekend gold and silver update. You get it every now and then if something major happens in the price, but of course you get my weekday live show right here at Good Morning Stackers. Hit the big red subscribe button to join the GMS family, and you get to enjoy absolutely everything we do. That is it. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking, and I'll see you on the live show.
It's podcast time. Grab a tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove. Synchronize, slurp. Now we're on the move. Good morning, Stackers. Oh yeah, we're feeling fine.